Hello everyone, Creepercraft Guy here, and welcome to the next episode of, I'm glad to say the series now has an official name. It's called ITHP. So I'm just trying to remember the acronym, and that stands for If They Had Pokemon. In the last episode I did Jeff the Killer, the famous creepypasta, and today I'm going to be doing something different. So, recently I have just gone to game and bought a game called Dragon Ball Fusions. And yes, I'm a very big fan of Dragon Ball. I have a Goku plush over here. Let me go bring him in. I got this while I was on holiday at America in Japan at Epcot. So he's going to be just sitting there for the day, I reckon. But today, I wanted to do one of these videos on Dragon Ball. And I wanted to do Cell. Only because Cell, I already had a big plan for him. And I already gathered all the team members together. But the thing is, I can't exactly do Cell's team without doing others first. Sorry, that was just the door slamming. But so what I decided to do is I decided to start off small and do Goku's team instead. So, to start things off, Goku's role in the game would probably be the player character, or a rival, or a team member, or just a teammate, or something like that. Not team member, you wouldn't really have Goku as a team member. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about. He's just sitting here in the desk. Basically, though, Goku will have 6 team members, because Goku is the main character of Dragon Ball Z, and I think he deserves it. So, now I did actually, unlike this one, create a big backstory for all of the Pokemon that he owns. So, Goku's backstory in this one is the fact that he is sent to Earth as a baby Saiyan named Kakarot in order to destroy it, but he's adopted by Son Gohan, is renamed Son Goku. Basically the same story, but instead of just like growing up around humans and seeing how they react to things, he grows up and sees how humans and Pokemon react to each other. So it's basically just the same story. So, basically though, what happens is when Goku goes to train with Master Roshi, Master Roshi gives him his first Pokemon, and as his first Pokemon, he chooses a Chimchar, which eventually becomes a Monferno and then an Infernape. The idea with this is maybe thinking it stays as a Chimchar throughout all of Goku's entire years, and then when Goku returns for the 24th World Tournament as a teenager, it would probably have evolved into Monferno prior to that. And then, similar to how Goku goes Super Saiyan against the final battle with Frieza, in the final battle with Frieza, Goku's Monferno will probably evolve into Infernape. So that's a good idea. Anyway, though, I've got them all up on this board here so I don't forget them. And the main reason why I chose Infernape to be in Goku's team is because it has been listed by Bulbapedia that the Infernape does have Goku in its origin backstory, basically, in like the design briefing. And basically another reason is I just explained it with its evolution process. Anyway, so, moving on, when Goku was also young, he learned how to catch Pokemon, but in that day he only had 2 Pokemon, which were Chimchar and a Dratini. And Goku caught a Dratini, I don't know how, maybe in like one of the World Tournament sagas, I don't know. But what happened was eventually that evolved into Dragonair when fighting Vegeta, because Vegeta's Lucario was able to, yes, a bit of a spoiler for a future video, Vegeta's Lucario defeated Goku's Monferno, so therefore Goku was forced to use Dratini, and mid-battle it evolved into Dragonair or something like that. I did have like a backstory for all of these things, and then later on it evolved into Dragonite. I don't know when. I'm guessing when it was fighting like the Ginyu Force or something, but you just have to see. Just use your imagination. Anyway, so Dragonite, the reason I decided to put that on Goku is because according to special like pieces of media, apparently Dragonite and Goku can fly at roughly the same speed, and Dragonite can learn an awful lot of punching attacks. So my idea is for Goku to teach a lot of punching attacks, like maybe all the elemental punches as well as like Hammer Arm or something. I can't learn Hammer Arm, I don't think, but you know what I'm getting at. Maybe Outrage. Anyway, so the next Pokemon that he, another Pokemon I forgot that he obtains as a kid is a Pidgey, although I'm guessing the Pidgey doesn't really show an awful lot. It does evolve into Pidgeot during that series. But however, the only time it was really ever seen coming in handy is because another spoiler coming up, was with dealing with Piccolo, because Piccolo's only Pokemon at the time was a Grovyle, and Pidgeot is a flying type, so that helped deal with it. So, Pidgeot would basically, evolve, I guess, like, at some point in the series, I don't know when, preferably, like, prior to Kai, because in Kai, instead of, like, Goku coming back as an SSJ3, Goku shows off to everyone his power to go his power to Mega Evolve, and his very first Mega Evolution is Pidgeot. And the reason I chose this is because Mega Pidgeot's hair reminds me very much of Super Saiyan 3. Another team member I forgot to mention, actually, which Goku evolved prior to this, is a Primarina given to him by King Kai. Now, Primarina obviously cannot Mega Evolve. It never was a Poplio or a Brionne. It was given to him straight as a Primarina. But the reason for this is because Goku was training in Dragon Ball. Goku was training with King Kai to learn an attack called the Spirit Bomb. And it is one of my favourite attacks in Dragon Ball. In case you don't know, it's where Goku, like, raises his hand into the sky and, like, creates, like, a giant energy ball which, like, crashes into the earth. He could destroy a planet with that attack, but it takes a while to charge. And, basically, in the Pokemon world, instead of, like, learning the Spirit Bomb, King Kai lets Goku keep Primarina so they can perfect the Z move, because in my opinion, it's pretty much the same thing, but Primarina's one is made of water. So, yeah, so that's it. So that's 14 members so far. That's Infernape, Primarina, Dragonite, and Pidgeot. And there are two more forms of these Pokemon which, honestly, if you don't count it, they're probably not caught by Goku canonically. But let's just say they are. So, basically, a good idea I had is that when King Pilaf accidentally wished Goku to be a kid again in Dragon Ball GT, and yeah, you see where I'm going with this, Goku was given a Combuskin by the Supreme Kai, and a Blazikenite by the old Kai. And what happened is, this is the point in time where the world was under attack from the threat of Baby. And if you don't know who Baby is, just look up Dragon Ball's GT Baby and you'll see who I mean. He's basically a guy who can control people's bodies. He did it to Gohan and Goten. But basically, what happened was, when Goku did his final showdown with Baby, he basically went SSJ3 and tried to fight Baby, but he ended up losing. What my idea for this was that basically Goku made it until the Combuskin was one level from evolving, and then used a rare candy on it to catch Baby off guard, but they didn't Mega Evolve because Goku didn't want to, just couldn't do that yet, because he didn't have much of a strong bond with this Blaziken. But what the idea was, is that Goku was apparently supposed to learn to Mega Evolve Blaziken the same time he first ever went SSJ4. So, yeah, kind of like how he did it with Pidgeot. First time he ever went SSJ3, he Mega Evolved Pidgeot. Anyway, and there is one more. Now, I wanted to think of a Pokemon that best represented SSGSS, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Blue, if that's a mind freak. But I couldn't think of one. So in the end, I decided to, you know what, let's give GT a bit more respect, because no one really likes Dragon Ball GT. I do, I think it's cool, but no, not a lot of people seem to agree with me on that spectrum, sorry. Anyway, a good idea I thought was the fact that, sorry, Jabba the Lemur is distracting me with text. A good idea I thought was basically to have it so that Goku's main Pokemon of attack in the entire GT series is a Flaffy, not a Flaffy, a Mareep given to him by Pan. I always get those two mixed up. Pan is his granddaughter, basically. A while into the series, like, Goku ends up having to fight the likes of Nova Shenron's Charizard, another spoiler there. And he ends up sending out Mareep, and before the battle can begin, Mareep evolves into Flaffy and beats the Charizard. I know that's very unlikely to happen in any really circumstance, but it's anime. Nothing really makes sense in the Pokemon anime, and neither should it in the Dragon Ball one. Anyway, what happens is later on, this, Mareep evolves into Ampharos, and, yeah, Ampharos is a cool Pokemon. And so basically what happens is in the final fight with Sin Shenron, or Omega Shenron is at this point, Goku learns to Mega Evolve the Ampharos. And basically the idea behind the Ampharos is it's supposed to represent the uncanon SSJ5, which is basically SSJ4, but it's got SSJ3's hair and it's white, it's pitch white. In case you don't know what it is, just look up SSJ5 Goku and you may come up with some images. But anyway, the overall theme for this team was the fact that Goku's, entire team, other than Primarina, who represents the Spirit Bomb with its Z move, represents all of Goku's transformations. The reason Dratini evolves in the fight against Nappa and Vegeta, it represents Kaioken. Infernape represents Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. Pidgeot represents Super Saiyan 3, Blaziken represents Super Saiyan 4, and Ampharos represents Super Saiyan 5. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you look forward to, any future videos to come. In the next episode, I'm thinking of doing another Dragon Ball one, maybe Piccolo, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. So, I will thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.